year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for a Big Six preview because tomorrow it is Chelsea versus Manchester United. We were meant to have 2v2, but Prime, you're going to have to try and act like two people to win this. I'm sure that's not going to be much of a difficulty for Prime. But in the blue corner, we got Prime. In the red corner, we do have RJ and Matt. How are we all doing?
I'm good.
Doing good.
Decent. What about you, Prime?
That's 1-0 there, sorry, Jay.
Ooh.
I'm good.
That's brilliant.
I'm dressed for the funeral, ready to bury the coffin. Good.
That is
What
absolutely
are you burying
fantastic.
yourself or what? Like,
No, we're burying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United.
oh dear Christ! Paul.
Prime is actually war suit. This is even better. This is fantastic.
You do know who the referee is tomorrow, right? Just out of clarification.
RJ,
Yeah,
if you
but
speak
I'm-
one more- RJ, I'm going to ban you from the channel if you try and ruin my show anymore.
I'm not like other Chelsea fans. I don't complain about refereeing decisions. I've never complained about refereeing decisions.
Also, big up to Mustafa in the chat. Yes, Valve is in the chat as well. Big up people, says Slen. I'm so nervous for tomorrow. Yo, I think Chelsea will win. Won't be a high score though. Jose says, big up the panel, smash that like button. Absolutely, please do. Prime going to church in that get up. Yep,
Yeah,
Prime is...
I'm going to it's called the House of Roman. We're here to sacrifice some United fans.
That makes sense. That does make sense. But
You can take Matthew.
oh, there's mutiny between the United ranks already. But
Mutiny?
let's start with the Chelsea lot. So let's start with you, Prime. This season has been decent for you. You're top of the league. Your top goal scorer in all competitions is your right wing back. You brought in Romelu Lukaku to do very little and sit on your injury bench, but that hasn't hampered Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. Mason Mount has been performing stinkers, as has Kai Havertz. Arguably two quite important players for Chelsea, but apparently that doesn't seem to affect Chelsea. You're playing Ross Barkley in some games and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which, you know, is quite mad how you still get results from all of that. And with all of that, you're still top of the league and looking one of the best teams in the league. So
you're going to stop sucking off Chelsea now?
it's okay, Matt. We'll get on to United. We'll get on to United in a minute. I'm sure
he'll only say one sentence about United. Trust, like that's all he's going to do.
I'm sure I'll be lovely about United. But Prime, how have you thought of this season?
No, I don't think you've been fair. You didn't mention the fact of we've had to deal with so many injuries. Kante being out.
Oh yeah.
Kovacic being out. You mentioned Lukaku. Thiago Silva being out as well. Chilwell now out injured. And yet, we're still top. It's almost like when you're a big club and you've got squad depth, you don't complain about injuries, Liverpool. But it's not about you guys now. It's about us. Yeah, we're doing quite well. Could be better. We could be conceding less goals. We could be scoring more goals. But it is what it is. No, we try. We try.
Okay. Now, let's start with United. So, Matt, you said at the start of the season you're winning the quadruple, and since then, you have signed Cristiano
Wait,
Ronaldo.
hold on. He said what?
It's okay, Prime. Let me finish. So, Matt, at the start of the season, you said you'd win the quadruple. Since then, you have signed Cristiano Ronaldo. You have let in more goals than I've ever seen had hot dinners. Your captain has been sent off. You've sacked your manager. You still play McFred. Your fans have literally lost all hope until Ragnick came in. Your pre-season you were knocked out the Carabao Cup by West Ham. You're currently sitting 9th in the Premier League. I think now that other games have happened. How's your season been since the quadruple?
Young boys.
Oh,
young boys.
you lost to
boys.
Young Boys in the Champions League.
But
But I have
to
to be fair, you have finally managed to get out of the group stage of the Champions League under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Although it wasn't under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because you actually qualified under your new interim manager, Mr. Sir Michael Carrick. Who is, arguably the greatest manager ever in the United era. So, Matt, I don't think I've missed any other. So
4-0. Sorry, Niall. 4-0 Liverpool. Yep. Mo Salah hat trick.
No.
Man City battered you.
5-0 to Liverpool.
He's being generous.
City. You lost to Watford 4-1. That was quite embarrassing. So I guess
turn your camera on, RJ. And Matt, turn your cameras on. That's it.
I'm guessing your season has been quite good. And
hey, yo, Private, leave me alone, man. Let's pick up Matt, all right? Come on, leave me alone for now. I'm playing a game right now.
We'll start with you, Matt. Your season, good, bad, indifferent. How's it been?
Firstly, I'd like to say that RJ said we'd win the quadruple as well, so I don't know why he's taking this.
Okay, shut up, you little fucking little ginger freak. Like, not a chance. Not that deluded. Okay, don't even question that.
But
carry on. How's your season?
Football's less stressful when you don't expect anything. So, I'm having the best time of my life at the minute. If we win a game, it's fucking brilliant. If we lose, I don't care. It's been a bad season, obviously.
Interesting.
Second half season title charge.
Interesting. RJ, United fans have called out Bayern Munich last season, or when you signed Raphael Varane. Are you still calling out Bayern Munich, or would you like easier opposition in the Champions League round of 16?
Well, obviously, since that we finished first in our group, I don't think we're going to face Bayern Munich unless God somehow goes against that. But I do not want Bayern Munich. I know the person who said he wanted Bayern Munich, and I do think that everyone on the United fan base can all agree that we do not want Bayern Munich in the round of 16.
Who said we want Bayern Munich?
It was like United Trey or something like that, I swear. He said that. He said on Twitter, I was just like, no, mate, just no, not a chance. But just to answer Matthew, because clearly he didn't give a good enough answer. I mean, this season was horrible. To be fair. You said fuck all. That's what he did.
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
Something. You say how it is.
We're 9th.
Say that our season. Yeah, okay.
Well,
that's the start.
And you backed Ollie for most of it, so
Yes, no, but I see the problems at this club. All right, look, like I said, look, Ragnick will fix this club. I genuinely.
Yeah, we'll obviously talk about Ragnick in a moment, but Matt, stop interrupting, Matt. RJ, talk about your season so far. You've signed Ronaldo. And he's genuinely mostly to blame for all of this. Because do you know what? Your first game of the season, you beat Leeds United, absolutely smashed them. But ever since you've signed Ronaldo, you've been on the downfall. So I blame Ronaldo. What about you?
Well, what Ronaldo has done, and I've said this multiple times, and I've said that Ronaldo has pretty much exposed all the cracks that we have at this club. He's shown that we need a CDM in this club, which we clearly don't have. Matic is clearly a fucking grandfather at this stage on his little rocking chair. So, like I said, we need to get a new one of those. Obviously, we do have I can't. Garner, who is on loan to Forest, if I'm not mistaken, or some other club. He will come back next season, which I do think, whoever is in charge next season, hopefully they use him, because let's be real, he's a very good player and he will actually be a good benefit for us. I think obviously not using Donny van de Beek this whole season was kind of a big mistake, if I'm really honest. But it's good to see, he's getting his prison sentence has got shortened, thankfully, and he's now playing. Maguire has just been shite as usual. I mean, clearly Gareth Southgate took all the good potential that he once had and just threw it out in that final against Italy. Well done, guys, for coming second in the Euros. Shaw just turned into Burger King once again. What other players? What other players should I talk about, to be fair? I mean, there's not much. Cavani's been injured really this whole season. Well, due to obviously him going to international duty and England having an agenda against other countries, not letting the players go, like prison. But
hilarious.
I mean, it's true, but like I said, we'll see how it goes this weekend. I'm hoping. Shut up, you! You've the fucking, you've the humor of a fucking box. Shut your mouth.
Instead of Bayern Munich, Kenny wants PSG. So Kenny says, "Bring us PSG round of 16."
Oh dear Christ!
I suppose that could work. I think that could work quite. I don't know what.
Wait, really?
No, he doesn't. Don't listen to him.
I'm not sure what Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi could do against Harry Maguire. Or Luke Shaw, or Bissaka. Apart from, if you think what Liverpool did was bad, this would be this would be
I mean, no, it won't be as bad as the Liverpool one, I think. But we won't win it, for sure.
You're right, RJ. It won't be as bad as the Liverpool one. It would be worse.
There's 2 legs.
Yeah, but how Messi is.
How Salah's the first player.
Messi.
You know how Salah's the first player. You know how Salah's the first player to get a hat trick at Old Trafford since R9.
Yeah.
What do you think Messi's gonna do?
Or
nothing.
And it's
Neymar.
2 legs as well.
Yeah, like I said, May. Do you remember Barcelona? What about Messi in the Champions League?
RJ, you're
this
gonna
man
lose
just takes a shit.
RJ, you're gonna lose 9-0 at Old Trafford, and Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi,
and they will win 10-0 at the Parc de France because we own that shit.
RJ, they're gonna be the first trio to ever get a hat trick each at Old Trafford.
Firstly, it clashes with Neymar's sister's birthday, so that's not happening. And secondly, Messi hasn't barely done anything for PSG.
Oh yeah, because that diminishes the argument. Without Neymar, they can't beat Man
Yeah,
but the thing is, Prime. The thing is, after the first leg, Messi goes silent. Like every other second leg, he goes silent.
To be fair,
that is true. However,
Barcelona,
that is
silent.
True.
Roma,
that
silent.
Is true. That is true. However, if you're 6-0 down, it doesn't matter.
No, but the thing is,
right? What are you gonna do? Come back and win 4-0 in the second leg? Ooh.
I mean, if Liverpool could do it, we can. Fuck it.
Shut up.
I'm not sure you can.
Okay.
Look, if it's in Paris, all I'm saying, if it's in Paris, we know who fucking runs that city. It's Marcus Rashford. Simple as that. He's proven it twice.
Yes. Moving on.
I mean,
let's talk. Let's talk managers. Let's talk managers, and we'll start with the club that actually has a manager at the moment. Thomas Tuchel. Prime. Some clubs like to go down this whole interim route, basically saying we haven't got a fucking clue what we're doing. Please help us. So essentially, that's the route that they go down. Chelsea, on the other hand, go and pick up Thomas Tuchel, win the Champions League in their first season with Thomas Tuchel, or shall I
Chelsea
say, first 6 months. But yes, how would you rate Thomas Tuchel's season so far? I mean, as I said, a lot of key injuries, a lot of poor performances from key players, but he's still managing to get a tune out of this lot.
He's been the joint best manager in the league this season. Joint with David Moyes at West Ham. Is what David Moyes has to work with, and yet, well, last I checked, they were 4th or 5th. I don't know where they are right now. They may be 6th or something.
I think they're still 4th.
Considering,
They're still
yeah,
fourth,
okay,
yeah,
they're still 4th. Considering the resources they have to work with, and they're in top 4. Yeah, the 2 joint best managers in the league thus far. Tuchel's amazing. The squad depth that we have, considering the fact of, we were trying to sell the likes of Barkley, trying to get Malang Sarr loan, trying to loan at Ruben and stuff. And these players are here, and he's using them when he can. He's really working the squad. The last few games we've had have been easier fixtures, and the fact that he took Kante out of the line, he took out Jorginho, gave them rests, and he played Ruben a lot more. And again, working the squad that we have, like, phenomenal. He's the best manager in the league, and that's why I highly rate tacticians. Is why I don't rate like Klopp and Pep that highly, because they're elite managers, but I think as tacticians they're not that great. You saw what Klopp last season, injuries he had, and he couldn't work his way around it.
What did you make of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a tactician?
I think on one-off games, other than this season, but in one-off games against the bigger sides, I think Ole was quite good. Well, he has a good record against Pep. And I think he's. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe he's okay against Klopp. I think he's good. He's unbeaten against Tuchel. Well, he might not be unbeaten against Tuchel because of the PSG United. But we played them last year. He got a draw out of us. Whether Lampard as well got a draw. I don't know. I think Ollie's good. He's okay in big games.
Shame Ollie won't be there because last he was seen, he was crying on MUTV, begging for mercy. I'm not a United fan, so I don't show any respect.
Yeah,
but Slen, we'll go to Slen, then we'll go to United's manager Michael Carrick. I can't wait to talk about Michael Carrick.
might as well have just brought in Gary Neville, man.
It's great talking about the red side of Manchester at the moment. But Slen, talk to me about Tuchel. How good's he been this season?
Hi guys. Feels good to be back. I missed you. And Tuchel, his season so far has been 11 out of 10. This guy is very good tactically. He's very good when it comes to bringing the squad together. Like, everyone seems to be on side. He's very good with the board. We haven't had him and the board having issues in the summer, and you know how fast that happens at Chelsea. So he's been very good. The way he talks to the media, he's all we've been waiting for the last 15 years since Abramovich took over. Yeah, if he wins the Premier League, he does surpass Mourinho. Like, he will be our best manager under Abramovich.
Horrible statement. That's a horrible statement.
Doesn't agree with that. I don't think Prime agrees with that.
Well, mate, I was just about to say. I mean, that is Slen's opinion. Prime, do you want to come back on that before we go to United?
He needs, unless we win the league this season by some record, or he retains the Champions League, he doesn't surpass Mourinho. And even then, I'd make the argument he just about ties him. He doesn't surpass what Mourinho did, and the lasting effect he had. Again, he left the team, or he left the spine for us for about a decade. That dominated the Premier League for a decade. We won our first Champions League because of his spine and because of his philosophy. Yeah. So again, unless Tuchel can leave that sort of imprint for the future for us, which I'm assuming he can, I'm not going to say he surpasses Mourinho. But and also it comes down to a bit of nostalgia as well, because kids like my age, when Mourinho was first in charge, right now, yes, they will look at Tuchel with nostalgia, and he will be the greatest ever manager. But for me, it's going to take quite a bit to surpass Jose. But,
Mourinho did.
My opinion.
Mourinho did.
Chelsea fans don't agree with me.
Mourinho did make someone sweat, and at that time there was someone who was really, really, really dominating the Premier League. His name was Alex Ferguson, and this time Tuchel came and he has made.
He made. He made.
I can assure you, he did not make Sir Alex Ferguson sweat. In fact, Sir Alex Ferguson thrived. Sir Alex Ferguson thrived under trying to beat the new guy. Right? He did. Fergie loved it. He loved his fight with Wenger. He loved his fight with Jose, because the thing that Fergie loved the most was fighting. Because what happened when he lost that Premier League title to Jose? About 5 years later, he went and won the Premier League 3 times in a row with the Champions League. So to say that he made Sir Alex sweat, he really didn't. I mean, Fergie just went on to, an even bigger level, and that says something if Fergie's able to achieve a bigger level.
No, but we're talking about in terms of competing when there's the actual competition. When Jose was there, the actual competition in the
Fergie,
and also their head-to-head record. Also their head-to-head record as well.
Like, you can talk about head-to-head. You can talk about head-to-head records as much as the next person, but in terms of that, yeah, cool. But in terms of Fergie sweating, he didn't sweat. He enjoyed a fight. He may not have come out the best on a fair few of the occasions, but he enjoyed a fight, because that's just Fergie. He's a fighter. He enjoyed the tactical battle, and he also hugely respected Jose Mourinho and what Jose was bringing to the Premier League. So I don't think sweat's the right word. I think you chose the wrong word, because there's a shit ton of respect between the two managers, and I think Jose made Fergie get to a different level. I think without Jose, you probably don't see United go on and win 3 Premier League titles in a row and add a Champions League into that. So that's that, but we could go down memory lane on that as much as we want. I'm sure Matthew and RJ would love that, but not quite. Prime looking slick today, says Devon. Carrick is an absolute melt. It's actually good to be us right now. We just signed a very solid interim. We'll talk about that. Chelsea fans having a laugh if they think any manager can outpass Mourinho. When he was with you, he was untouchable with Chelsea's squad. Absolutely. Bayern sign a German manager. Bayern win the UCL. Chelsea sign a German manager, win the UCL. United sign a German manager. But let's talk about the manager situation at Old Trafford. So, RJ, we'll start with you. You are going to end this season, providing Ralf Rangnick doesn't get sacked, ending the season with 3 managers. You've started the season with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You've allowed Michael Carrick to have a couple of games after Ole was fired, and then you're going to end it with Ralf. But before we talk about Ralf, because I do think it's fair to briefly talk about what sort of impact that will have, because I think it will also have an impact on this game, because any United player playing on this game are going to be more than aware that Ralf Rangnick is absolutely going to be watching this match, whether it be at the stadium or on TV. He will be watching that match like a hawk. So how do you rate talk to me firstly about Ole and the decision to sack him, and then we'll talk about Rangnick after Matt's spoken about Ole. But talk about the Ole situation first.
Okay, so first and foremost, yes, Matt said I was a big Ole fan. I was. So I did believe that Ole could have taken us further, but I think after that Watford game, I think that was the end of the road. I think when you lose, especially to a team who just got promoted to the Premier League this season, especially 4-1, it wasn't even 2-1, it was 4-1. That's levels of embarrassment. So you can't continue with that. The players clearly didn't respect him. The players didn't want to follow him. Maguire clearly wanted out and got sent off, the fucking moron. Obviously he's still trying to silence his critics. Mate, he's fucking shite. Like, I literally had an argument with a fan who thought Maguire's good. Like, nah, not a chance. Yeah, look, obviously Ole charged for 3 years, didn't win anything, sadly. I think that's probably one of the most unfortunate things. He's done some great things with the squad. Honestly, he's probably one of our best managers since Fergie, I would say. You could argue like, oh, he didn't win anything, but the fact is, you look at this team now, right? He brought Ronaldo back. He brought Bruno Fernandes in. He brought in, I was going to say Harry Maguire, but that's kind of a liability, isn't it? He brought in Telles, who's probably one of the best left backs we could have gotten at the time. He pretty much brought Luke Shaw's career back to life, which, to be fair, was a bloody miracle. So you can consider himself a miracle worker. It was true, mate. Come on, it is true.
That's
Jose had him in the fucking dirt.
No,
Jose had him in the dirt.
I'm talking about Telles. You know, even the Luke Shaw thing. You definitely should have sold it. Oh wait, hold on. Even the Luke Shaw thing, you definitely should have sold him anyway. Because having won
right
2/3 seasons is no, but I'm talking about even in the past. Having won 2/3 seasons is still rubbish. But Telles, there were better left backs you could have signed. There was Grimaldo Benfica, who's a better left. Grimaldo was available. Tagliafico was available.
Yeah,
they were because we bought Chilwell in the same summer. So there were left backs.
You paid more. You paid more for Chilwell. We paid 15
million.
No,
but that's wait. That's my
1 minute, Charl.
No, I understand.
But that's I got to go in a minute now.
I'm not. All right, so I'm not saying you should have bought Chilwell. My point was there's better left backs out there.
But for 15 mil, we got a world class left back who literally can do us for next 3-4 years.
Telles wasn't a world class left
back. His crosses are one of the best.
Guys, everyone, shush. We're talking about managers. I don't know how the fuck we're ending up.
I'm talking about what Ollie's done.
RJ, you're going very far. I was more on about this season. I don't give a flying fuck.
I said what I said this season.
Well, cool.
Look, he's made a lot of mistakes. 5-0 against Liverpool was definitely a mistake. City was a mistake. Watford was the last one. 3 strikes, you're out. Simple as that.
Yeah. Right. Before I go to Matt, Charl, give us your thoughts quickly. Obviously, I know you got to go after. But yeah, give us your quick thoughts on it.
I'm just going to say Chelsea are going to batter Man United. It doesn't matter who the fuck they've got as manager. They've got Michael fucking Carrick, who's fucking still in... I'm sorry, Michael Carrick is still the one in charge of making decisions while Arlo is there, so you can pipe the fuck down. You haven't actually got a new manager as of right now, so pipe the fuck down right now.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with you when they were going to get
all Billy Bog bollocks. I'm not talking about you, Matt. You're the actual decent Man U fan that speaks sense. RJ's the issue right now. RJ's the issue right now.
Matt,
RJ, don't be dissing Matt right now. Matt's been speaking sense. Firstly, just to clarify something, Chelsea are going to whoop your ass. Secondly, you've got Michael fucking Carrick, so let's pipe the fuck down on Man United getting fucking cocky. You've got Ralph as an interim manager. He's not even your fucking permanent manager. And hold on. He's your interim manager, and Man U already going like, yeah, we're fucking Ralph's gonna do bits for us. That's the same thing you said about Mourinho. It's the same thing you said about absolutely Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
You do know that Ralph, right after being interim manager, is becoming sporting director of Manchester United, right?
Yeah, that doesn't give a fuck to me because he's still the man, just like Mourinho. Just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, hold on. Wait, 2 seconds. Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing? That's cool. And managers right now is what he's becoming. He's becoming an interim manager. I'm a fact right now. He's becoming an interim manager.
He's the reason why your manager is a manager.
For right now, he's just an interim manager. He's just a basic bitch. When he becomes sporting director, there's a different situation. But right now, he's interim manager, and right now as interim manager, he's got Michael Carrick, the same man that directed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you're all bigging yourselves up. So, pipe the fuck down for a few seconds.
Well, no, I think
when he becomes sporting director, that's a different situation. But he's not right now. So I think we can all pipe the fuck down. But I think we can all pipe the fuck down because he's not interim manager right now. He's not sporting director. He's just an interim basic.
So, basically, what I will say is
why are you blocking me?
Because I was talking. So essentially, Ralph Rangnick has got some of the best tactics used in world football. So I mean, To call him a basic bitch might be quite out
as
of line.
sporting director, I haven't. As interim manager, I have.
Yes, but he's got some of the best tactics.
Yeah,
in
and
the
as
world,
interim manager, he's got the world's fucking shittest team with Harry Maguire, the fridge freezer, Luke Shaw, who's on a downward spiral, Marcus Rashford, that can't fucking do fuck all. He's got Fred and Scott McTominay, so who the
I was talking.
who the fuck does he think he is?
He's literally the reason why Tuchel's a manager. Sorry.
How am I?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up, RJ. When were you relevant? Not now, right now. Thank you.
Let me talk. So essentially, Ralf Rangnick has got some of the best tactics that you can use as a manager. So he's a very good tactician, which is exactly what this United squad needs. He's going to be the one who I think unlocks the likes of Jadon Sancho and Donny van der Beek, who I can assure you are not shit.
And do you know what my point is? Honestly, my point is the fact is that it's not the United manager that's not the problem anymore. United have been such in a rut. The players, let's address the players right now. The players have been such in a rut since Mourinho. Let's be real. Since Alex Ferguson left, the players have been in a rut. Mourinho hasn't helped that situation. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being in this long hasn't helped that situation. These players have a mentality that's not good. So don't tell me that Ralph coming in is going to help, because it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Yes, it might help eventually, but it's going to take time.
Believe it or not, your team hadn't won trophies under managers for about 5 years. But Tuchel comes in and wins the Champions League.
I mean, if you want to talk about the Europa League, if you want to talk about the like,
cool,
I mean,
I thought the Europa League.
We actually have. I mean, we have actually won a few trophies. If you want to be really specific, United actually haven't won a trophy in fucking ages. But I'm just stating the obvious. I mean, if you don't want to believe that, that's fine.
Well, no,
that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Look, you don't want to believe that. I'm just stating Chelsea are going to beat Man United. That's what I've got to say. It's been a pleasure. I will see you later.
Yeah, I had lots of talking. Fucking hell. I have nothing to say on that because I'll go mad.
Jesus, Matt, what the fuck was that?
Wait, can I speak on the Rangnick stuff?
We're gonna talk Rangnick next because he's next on my list of things. But Matt, talk to me about Ollie quickly.
Also big up to everyone.
Big up to everyone in the comments. Can't get through any of them at the moment because madness. But yeah, Matt.
Well, he's left a good foundation for the next manager coming. He deserves credit for that. Obviously, this season was far from good enough, so he's there to sack, and probably should have happened sooner, to be fair. But yeah, now we've done it, and we can look into the future now. And can't say we're going to do well, can't say we're not. So yeah.
Right, let's talk Ralf Rangnick. There's lots to talk about, as I said. Right, so United have just hired, hasn't been officially announced, but I think we know it's certainly going to be announced. But United have or are going to hire Ralf Rangnick. Now the interesting, because there's two parts of this, right? There's part one, which is interim Ralf Rangnick, in terms of obviously being the manager at Old Trafford, and what he can bring in the short period. But then obviously in less than, well, just over 6 months, he's going to be moving upstairs. He's going to have a bit more power in terms of making decisions and all of that. RJ, we'll start with you, and then obviously Matt, and then we'll go Prime. In terms of Ralf Rangnick, what are you expecting, firstly in the short term, but also what are you expecting after he becomes sporting director? And that is something that I think, mustn't be diminished by fans, whether that be rival fans or United fans. Because to be completely honest, the Glazers hiring a sporting director who is someone who understands football is fucking unbelievable. I never thought I'd see that day because, well, Ed Woodward is your chief exec. I mean, Ed Woodward is your current chief exec, and he knows nothing about football. So, talk to me about the short term and then the long term of Ralph Rangnick. What are you expecting?
So, short term, I can see him essentially picking the players who will guide us to the future, in a sense. So, players like Paul Pogba, Lingard, probably Maguire, Shaw. They'll be probably benched, or they won't even see a lot of game time, to be fair. But players like Donny, players like Fred, players like Sancho, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, essentially they'll get more game time. And look, what he's going to build into the squad is a bunch of players who actually want to play for this club. I've seen enough of some of these players. Maguire clearly doesn't want to play with this team because his performances are mediocre. He speaks like a bloody robot. So I think Ralph Rangnick knows that. I think he knows exactly how to get a club from B to A. I mean, he did that with bloody Leipzig. He got them from the fourth tier of German football all the way to the Bundesliga, which is phenomenal in its own achievement. He's also helped Salzburg, Schalke, many more clubs, to be fair. And the fact that obviously he's known as the godfather of Gegenpressing, which obviously will give United, in the short term, obviously, a form of identity when it comes to playing football. Obviously, we haven't had that since probably Ferguson, maybe. I'd argue probably, Jose had one, but it wasn't really attractive. But this will definitely be somewhat attractive to the United fans, and obviously will help us going forward. Because, like I said, we do have talented players in the squad. We do. Sancho is talented. Bruno's talented. De Gea definitely needs some players that are in front of him that is talented, because let's be real, I think we're going to keep him and sell Henderson. But for the long term, I think this is probably where rival fans are kind of get scared, because they kind of understand how good Ralph Rangnick is. Some do, some don't. The people who studied up on him, the people who do know him from like their other managers, like I said, you look at Klopp's interview today, you can tell that he knows how good Rangnick can be. You know that Tuchel knows how good he can be. Two of them are proteges of Rangnick. So, I mean, like I said, long term, this could be one of the best ever things we've ever done in this club in the last 10 years, probably. And quite frankly, like I said, it shows that we're going in the right position. Hopefully, and I'm hoping this does go through, like, hopefully we get someone like Ten Hag in the summer, where we can bring in more very talented players to get our chances back up to the Premier League title, or even to Champions League. You know what I mean? We never know. But the fact is, it's a very good deal, right direction. Finally, Glazers actually did something for once that actually made sense. So, yeah, I guess it's all, sunshine and rainbows right now.
And you are going to see a lot of jealousy from rival fans. And while
100%.
some will say, "Oh, we're not worried," I think a lot of them are. I wouldn't say they're necessarily worried right now, but they're definitely. No, but I'm talking right now. I'm thinking. I don't think rival fans are worried just yet, but I think they're looking, going, if that clicks, that could be quite dangerous. And they're looking at the squad. And say what you want about the Glazers, but they have invested in this United squad. They have put money in. If that money gets spent in a way where it's spent in the right way, then boy, this could get quite interesting. But Matt, talk to me about Rangnick. Obviously, should be hired on Monday. Might be in charge for Arsenal, but it's looking likely that he's going to take over against Palace. But what's your immediate thoughts on Rangnick?
I have no idea what to expect manager-wise, but I've seen some of the players he signed as a sporting director before.
Yeah.
That filled me with excitement, like, but if I'm being honest, I have no idea what to expect as him as a manager. I've not watched him.
Yeah, I think I read one of his expected teams, and he signed Manuel Neuer, Haaland, Mane, Alba.
Yeah,
he's signed some mad ones. So yes. Also, bye, Joshy. I'll see you in a moment. I'll see you in a bit. Right. So, Prime, give us a thought from a rival's perspective of Ranić, because obviously United fans are gassed, and do you know what? I'm going to say rightly so. I think when you've done, and I don't mean for this to be disrespectful to Ollie, but when you've been playing with Ollie ball for the last 3 years, and we've done many a watch alongs where I've basically said I could fall asleep or this is shit to watch. They're now moving to Ralf Ranić. What's your thoughts as a rival fan when you see United making a move like this?
I don't. Okay. In terms of done at previous clubs, like at Leipzig and stuff, Leipzig, a club that I had watched for a good few years because Timo Werner was there and I love the guy. So I know how brilliant his mind is. But and people say in terms of the whole birthing Tuchel and Klopp and all of that sort of stuff. However, him as a manager, I haven't watched him manage teams or anything at all, but like,
yeah.
Just stuff that I've heard, he hasn't won major trophies. For one, he hasn't managed at big clubs. He might have a good philosophy in terms of style of play or whatever, but it's eerily similar to Marcelo Bielsa, who is meant to be one of the godfathers of football. Yet no one respects him because, nowadays no one respects him because he hasn't managed any big clubs. He hasn't won any major trophies. And people talk about his Leeds team that they play this intensity attacking football, but yet they concede goals against the big sides. So I just look at that, one, quite hypocritical, how you can praise one guy, but you're not going to respect the other when their paths are quite similar. Him coming into Man United, look, you've got the squad anyway, so there's no reason why you can't finish top 4. In terms of for the future, is he coming in to actually be your sporting director, or is he coming in for a consultancy role?
Well, essentially, the talk is that it was a consultancy role with power. So whatever he does, it's going to have power. But what's come out of recent is that obviously we know that Ed Woodward is leaving United. It should be soon, within the next month, but I think that might get extended maybe by a couple of months. But it's going to be Richard Arnold that takes over at Manchester United. Now, he wants to run as chief executive, as a very different chief executive to Woodward. Woodward has wanted to control the whole of United in terms of transfers, making the money, the sponsorships. He wanted control over everything. So Richard Arnold, it appears, is going to want to delegate the footballing side of things to someone else. Now, the fact that Ralf Ranić is going to take on the job for 2 years after being interim manager as part of the contract, what it appears is that Ralf Ranić is going to take over as sporting director and oversee the football side of things. So he's going to run the scouting networks. He's going to work closely with John Myrtle, Darren Fletcher. He's going to be very footballing based side.
Yeah, but that's the thing. For now, he's coming in to consult. Basically consulting. Well, yeah, but basically consulting is giving your advice. They don't necessarily have to take all of it. They might, and I understand.
No, I understand it all. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is it came as part 2. So part 1, when it first came out, he was consultancy, but now there's more information coming out.
I know. Again, I know. My point is, all I hear from Man United is that you sign a big player, you sign a Pogba, Ronaldo, whatever, and you all get gassed going into the season. When things go bad, and you blame your manager. Then when the manager doesn't get sacked, you then say, oh, the Glazers are terrible, Glazers out. And the Glazers sack the manager, they hire in a new guy, you go on a bit of a bounce, you get gassed again, you'll sign a big signing like a Martial or whatever, or Fred 50 mil, and you get gassed and things are a repetitive cycle. Do you guys now trust the Glazers to bring in Ragnick, who is whatever, all the technical stuff that's added into what he has, whatever, On the face of it, it's just to console, and it's for 2 years. Do you trust the Glazers to give this guy what he wants? Because if he doesn't get it, this guy will walk. Do you trust the Glazers? Do you like? And if the Glazers bring in Poch, that's a bad idea because he's another yes man.
I don't want Poch. I don't want
trust
Poch.
the Glazers? If you guys bring in Ten Hag, who is I don't rate Ten Hag highly, but he does play the intricate, beautiful football, whatever. But that's going to take time because the players you currently have in your squad, and even the players you have in your academy, aren't good enough to play that style as of yet. It's going to take a year or two to change your squad over. And I'm talking about as a whole. I'm talking about as a whole. It's going to take time to change that squad over. Do you trust? And again, the same thing with Van Gaal did a brilliant job with a subpar squad, but because his style of play, it couldn't necessarily work because he wasn't given all the players. But then you guys blamed him that it wasn't working, saying he was finished and past. Same with Mourinho, having a defense, I'm talking about your fan base. Mourinho having a defense of Valencia, Ashley Young, what's his name, Smalling and Phil Jones, and winning the Europa League and stuff is a great achievement. And finishing second with a terrible squad is a great achievement because he wasn't giving exactly what he wanted himself to build his vision. Doesn't matter on the style of football you like it. That doesn't matter, but to build his vision, then it falls apart, and then you guys say, "Oh, he's finished and he's toxic, etc." Yada yada yada. If the Glazers don't properly back what's his name, Ragnick, or the next manager that comes in, what's going to then happen? Because you guys can't be gassed about Ragnick without then praising the Glazers. Do you trust the Glazers now?
Well, I think I just want to jump in on this one quickly before RJ. I think in terms of the Glazers, it takes time. This is a good move from the Glazers, and I think if we were looking at this move on its own, you have to praise the Glazers and say, well done, you've actually finally done something remarkably well. It's only taken you probably quite a few years, but congratulations. I think the trust comes, but the trust comes with the more decisions they make. So if let's say I bring through a young player through my youth academy and I'm playing him in central midfield, if he has one good game, I'll praise him on that game. It may not mean that I completely trust him yet because I'm not sure. The more consistent he is, the more I trust him. I think that's very similar with the ownership. The more consistent moves that they make in terms of doing the right things and making the right decisions, the more I think the United fans will be like, we can actually trust the Glazers a bit more. So I think, again,
I don't trust because
it's in a two-part.
Because like everyone knows the guy they've always wanted is Poch. Well, even when he was at Spurs. They had the chance last season when he got, last season when Poch got sacked, like roughly this time last year. Ollie was going through that bad patch, and like Poch was sacked. Ollie turned it around. You went on a great run of form, and you were top of the league, and everyone was saying 21-21 is coming, and Ollie didn't get sacked. Ollie couldn't get sacked because, and then PSG went and got Poch. So now it's like and I understand why they waited on sacking Ollie this season, because with PSG waiting to see if Poch was going to get sacked, so it's easier to just bring him in instead of having to bring in then an interim and whatever. But then they just stumbled on Ragnick being available because he wasn't in the plans, or at least from what we've heard as fans. Maybe we don't know what they speak in behind closed doors. What we've heard as fans, I've never heard Ragnick ever being mentioned. All of a sudden, it comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you sign him. So it just looks like there's no planning in this. I know you guys are happy, and I don't want to rain in your parade. Like this is not me hating, by the way. This is me being honest. Like I don't. I don't see how all of this is very good. Like I just see in 2-3 years it'll be the same situation over again. And you guys will be screaming, saying, "Oh, Poch was never good enough anyway. He's never won anything. He failed at PSG. Didn't even win the league title. And Ralph Ragnick, he's past it. He's an old man. He's finished."
Oh, big up to Matt. Big up to Matt, who says Primal suited up, classy. In terms of 3 years time, I don't think United are getting Poch. I honestly, I don't think they're going for Poch, because they could have got Poch now. They could have got Poch now quite easily. I mean, chuck a bit of money at PSG, they would have let him go. PSG aren't all over Poch. Then not the relationship has got a huge crack in it. They're not really, I don't think, liking each other. I think, and the important thing is they have said that the new manager will be decided primarily by Ralph Rangnick. So in terms of that, it makes sense, because Ralph is going to pick someone maybe more his style, which if the players have already done 6 months with Ralph and his style, bringing in someone like a Ten Hag who is a bit more of a Rangnick style may work. There's lots of options. They could they could even go down the route of getting Graham Potter. You don't know. Ralph Rangnick might look at Graham. No, but Ralph Rangnick, RJ, you laugh at it, but Ralph Rangnick over the next 6 months could look at what Graham Potter does in the Premier League and go, actually, that's exactly the type of manager that he thinks United need. And then he may go and get Graham Potter. But he may go and get Brendan Rodgers. He may go and get Pochettino. He may go and get
that is very smart. That is very smart on their part, because if it falls up, and again, this is all if. I know I'm being quite pessimistic and negative, but I'm the same in my own club. I think on that sort of side. In 2-3 years, if this falls apart, they are absolved of all blame, because we brought in the best football mind in the world. He's the one that brought in Graham Potter or Brendan Rodgers or whoever. His fault that fell apart. So,
but yeah, RJ, talk. RJ,
fucking hell, I need a fucking talk. Jesus.
I was just about to say, have your say before we do the combined 11.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, I will say, and this is why I've looked into it. So apparently we've been interested in Rangnick for the last 4 years, as I believe. It just hasn't really worked out, because obviously 4 years ago we got, was it Jose Mourinho for the last 4 years? So like I said, obviously we went down that route, obviously. But what you have to understand is, right, let's say Ralph Rangnick gets, let's say, right, after the 6 months he gets in and we get Ten Hag, right? That'd be a great appointment, I do believe so. And after those 2 years, Rangnick says, look, lads, that's me, I'm good. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm happy I've done some good things. We also have a certain man, a former legend at the club, named Edwin van der Sar, who actually is very interested in this job, and we could bring him to the club. I would love to bring Edwin van der Sar, because the thing is, he's done some unbelievable things, bringing youth into the Ajax academy, and also bringing in talent like Sebastian Haller, who, let's be real, lads.
I never actually thought of that, RJ, to be fair, in terms of getting
Ralph
to,
I'm a mastermind when it comes to
getting Ralph to sort of fix, because let's not
because let's be real, right?
Let's cut the crap. There's major structural issues in the back room at Old Trafford. And getting Ralph to fix all of that and allow Edwin van der Sar to come into a United that's actually somewhat working fairly well. That's actually not a mad idea.
But not just that. But when you think about it, Edwin van der Sar, if you want someone to actually do well under the club, how about a former player who currently is doing very well in his job at another club, who loves this club? He said that he would love to come, but he wants to stay respectful to Ajax, which is fair enough. I honestly would say respectful to the job that's given me a chance. So, like I said, Edwin van der Sar, and plus, like I said, once we get Ten Hag, they've already worked together. So, like I said, it's a win-win.
And before people go mad at, we don't want any more former players in jobs, I think you can have a former player, but they need to be proven in their job. They need to be. They need to prove that they can actually do that.
Van der Sar is incredibly proven.
Yeah, and I do think Van der Sar has proven that. But I want to move on to the combined 11, which is why I've desperately tried to have 2 Chelsea and 2 United, because I'm sure as hell bet I'm probably splitting the vote on most of them. I'll try to be as unbiased as I possibly can. We all know Greenwood's going up front. So
Greenwood's not available, mate. So sadly, I don't
no injuries.
He's out. He's not coming.
No, RJ, you're not fucking listening, you dumb idiot. No injuries, no nothing. This is the strongest out of
Oh,
both
that's
squads because you've both got more injuries to key players than I care to imagine. And I'd rather this combined 11 did not appear to be a pile of shit. So
but the
fuck
Chelsea
the
players just
injuries.
have so many players. It's not going to be fair.
Screw the injuries. This is the strongest out, no matter what. No injuries. Everyone's fully fit according to our combined 11. So,
Okay.
obviously, I'll get the screen up now. I'm going to go for. I'll decide the formation, and the formation is a 4-3-3. Right? It's the most simplest formation that we can. I mean, both sides sort of play of it, apart from Chelsea play of 5-3 at the back, but I'm not doing that. Prime. The goalkeeper debate is definitely one of the biggest debates at the moment. Now, Edouard Mendy has, in my opinion, and I'm going to just say this now before I let you lot, start going after each other. Edouard Mendy is a very good goalkeeper in world-class form at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If by the end of the season he finishes the season how he has been for the past year and a half now, then he is, in my opinion, classed as world class. That's my opinion. What's your opinion?
I think even us saying on form, he's been doing this now since January, and even under Lampard, he was still performing at quite a high level. I think he's the best, not even the best goalkeeper. I think he's the best player in the world right now, the way he's performing. So yeah, I think he has to go in. Like as good as United fans can say De Gea is playing right now, you're still conceding too many goals, and you can say, yeah, your defense is so bad. A world-class goalkeeper can still pull you out. And like, remember a few years ago under Mourinho, and De Gea was performing to a freakish level, like genuine freakish level, and he was clear of everyone. He's not doing that anymore. So like, no, I think now it has to be Mendy. And yes, I agree. You can say it's on form or whatever. End of the season is when he cements himself to actually being world class, which I agree with that. But right now, he is performing. He is the best goalkeeper.
I agree.
That's not a discussion.
I agree with you, Prime. I refuse to call anyone world class after half a season or a calendar year. I want to see it over.
I get that,
because I would say under Lampard he was still probably arguably your best goalkeeper. I mean, he got 6 clean sheets in his first 6 games, I think, and that's fucking unheard of in the Frank Lampard era. So I'd even say that Mendy, when he came in, was mad. So I think 2 seasons for me cements you into the world class debate, because not even debate. I think it cements you as a conversation into that category. I don't think a year and a half is enough. I want to see more, but that's just me. I'm not saying that I am right about everything, but that's just my viewpoint on how I judge a world-class player, which is why Mason Greenwood is world-class, by the way. Matt says that's a fair discussion. The best goalkeeper in the world right now, for sure. Velv obviously disagrees. Anthony Martial says Alisson is absolutely shit. In a back 4, you can't put Rudiger. Right. Obviously, we're not going to look at playing styles, but we'll get into centre backs later. RJ, goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy, David De Gea. Who are you going for?
Look, the thing is, I'm going for De Gea, and I'll explain why. Yes, Mendy for me, yes, he performed phenomenally in this Chelsea squad, and arguably has been the best keeper in the world right now. However, I do think if you put De Gea in that Chelsea squad and you put Mendy in that Man United squad, Mendy performs a lot worse and De Gea performs a lot better. Right? I know obviously we're saying if, buts, and maybe, but we have to take in consideration the fact that, that's just how it is, right? I understand. Mendy's
and
a very
if
good
my auntie
keeper,
had a dick, she'd be me uncle.
Okay, shut up. Stop fucking quoting from fucking Scousers, all right? Like I said.
Wait, RJ, I get what you're saying. However, if you're for me, I don't like when people necessarily say that, because it's kind of like when it's like when Liverpool fans say, "Oh, if Gerrard played in the United team instead of Scholes, or played in the Chelsea team instead of Lampard, he would have won the same." No, but I'm using the point of we don't know that for
I was
just
maybe
we do though. If Luke Shaw.
No,
What?
RJ, I sort of have to agree with Prime there because there's no evidence to back it up. What you're saying is
Okay, well, look,
it's guesswork. It's guesswork.
It's not guesswork. It's fucking... Listen, this is what I will say, right? Arguably, we can definitely say that Chelsea have a better defense than United. It's clear as day, right? There's no denying that. We can all agree.
Yeah.
De Gea this
And
season, I
Mendy's-
think, as a goalkeeper, has to do more because he's known as a shot stopper. Let's be real this season. He has done more.
But just because you have to do more doesn't necessarily mean you're better. And also,
Well,
it's not like Mendy has.
performance-wise-
It's not like Mendy. It's not like Mendy has not had to face his fair
No,
share
I
of being
never.
peppered.
But I never said that.
I know what you mean, but like the Man City game when we went 1-0 down, and we opened up to attack them, that should have been 3-4. The Zenit game before we went 1-0. The Zenit game before we went 1-0 up, we should have been 1 or 2-0 down. The Juventus game, we should have been like 1-0 down in the first half. And when we went 1-0 down, we should have lost maybe 2 or 3-0. Like there have been quite a few games where the Brentford game itself, we should have lost that game and we won it because of Mendy. There have been so many games he's come up clutch. And by the way, I'm someone who loves David De Gea. I said last summer
Mendy too.
that I said last summer that if we couldn't get Oblak, I wanted us to go and get David De Gea because I love the guy. But I think right now, performance-wise, and you can say whether or not it's marginal and there's not much in it, but right now, Mendy is the better goalkeeper.
I understand that, and I never wrote off Mendy. I like Mendy too. He likes it at the start. I wrote him off. I said that, look, he's a bad decision for Chelsea, but I was proven wrong. And I do like him now. I do respect the fact that he's actually a very talented player. However, you brought up some good key moments in Chelsea's games. You look at United. If it wasn't for David De Gea, we would not be 8th at the moment. We'd probably be in the relegation zone, let's be real, at this moment, if it wasn't for David De Gea and all the saves. So, like I said, you won't convince me of going to Mendy's side. I can tell you that, right?
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to, but you can't say.
But that's my opinion.
You can't say if De Gea was in Chelsea and Mendy was in United.
I mean, there's a fine line. You can say it's a difference between saying like from Ederson and Alisson.
You just can't say it because it's guesswork. It's just guesswork. It's just guesswork.
If you're part of a better team, you will play better.
RJ, that's just like saying if Mbappe was at Argyle, we would win the fucking Champions League or the FA Cup. It's just guesswork, mate. We're just guessing. There's no evidence. There's no videos of it. We are because you're just guessing. But
all of United schools, right?
No,
all of United schools have come from defenders, not from
RJ. The City second one, David De Gea had his fair share.
That was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw literally did not take it back up.
So you're saying I'm not saying that he was completely to blame, but are you saying he's not blameless at all? Being beaten in his near post with 2 inches of the fucking goal available.
He could have taken that out, but he left it. He left it. Luke Shaw left it.
RJ, are you saying
well, hold on.
RJ,
maybe that's not as well. Maybe that's not David Gea's fault per se. Maybe. However, like I said a few years ago, we saw David Gea in freakish form that he would save that anyway. Mendy, in my opinion, would save that anyway. Because Mendy right now is in such freakish form.
Chilwell wouldn't allow that.
Chilwell wouldn't allow it, but he would still save it.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying David De Gea is completely to blame. I think RJ's completely missing the point again. Are you saying that in that goal? Are you saying for that goal, David De Gea is completely blameless? That he's got no blame
100%.
at all.
100%.
What? So being beaten by your 1 minute, being beaten at your near post.
He didn't go for the ball. He didn't go for the ball.
RJ, with the ball going past him at his near post with 2 inches of the goal available to score in, you're saying a goalkeeper shouldn't be saving that.
But Niall, you have to look at what was upbringing to the goal.
But Niall, answer that question.
Okay,
should
right,
he
then
be
you
beaten
ask my
at his
next
near post? No,
he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
But then he has to.
But listen, Niall. But how did he get to that position? How did he get to that position? If it was cut out, it would never happen.
I'm not saying that he's 100% to blame. What I'm saying is he shouldn't be beaten at his near post.
Yeah, I understand he shouldn't be, but at the same time, if it was cut out,
he needs to take a part of that blame as well, as much as Luke Shaw, as much as Harry Maguire, if not a little bit less, because he was beaten in his near post. But we could debate this all night, and we're not going to agree.
No,
but
we
Kenny, who are you going to vote for, Mendy or De Gea?
I think Mendy. Honestly, I think Mendy. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Right. Okay, and Slen? Slen, are you there? I mean, Slen would have gone for Edouard Mendy.
I think. Yeah.
I mean, we all know Slen would have gone for Edouard Mendy, and that was quite heated. Let's see if this one is a little less heated, because I think this one should be a bit more routine. Right back, Reece James or Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Prime?
Dallo? Yeah, I think he. No, it's Reece James. He's the best right back in the world right now. It's Reece James.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with the second part of the comment, but I do agree with Reece James. RJ?
Brandon Williams? No, I'm joking.
Another good option in my opinion.
I have to go for Reece James. No discussion with that one, to be fair.
Kenny?
Reece James.
Slen, are you there? Oh, so we all know Slen would have probably gone Reece James. Let's do left back before we do centre backs. Prime, Chilwell or Luke Shaw?
Chilwell.
Okay.
It's not a discussion.
RJ?
Chilwell's clear.
Yeah, you do not put that don't put in that disgrace of a player in. Yeah, Chilwell, please.
Kenny?
Based on this season, Chilwell, because Burger King's been having too much.
What do you mean based on this season?
I've put Luke Shaw.
Based on this season, last season Luke Shaw was better.
Yeah. Okay. Slen, are you there?
Okay.
And Slen would have gone for Chilwell anyway. Now, centre backs. Prime, you've got to choose, obviously, centre backs. You've got Lindelof, Maguire, Varane from United. You've got Rudiger, Christensen, and Thiago Silva for Chelsea. Obviously, you could put Azpilicueta in there if you wish. But who are you picking as your two centre backs?
This is Thiago Silva, obviously, but your form, the top of your game.
I'm sorry, you sort of cut out midway through there. So Thiago Silva and
sorry, is this when you're at the top of your game?
It's just who is the best centre back, you know. I want to it's tough picking the sort of the
No, but I don't know. I just want to know the criteria. Is it like everyone playing at their best?
That's what I'm trying to work out. Yeah. Everyone at their best.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's tough because we've got so many top class centre backs. do we give it to Harry Maguire?
Don't even
No, I don't know.
If you're not going to choose
Rudiger. I don't know. It's tough. I go Rudiger.
So we've got one vote for Silva, one vote for Rudiger. RJ?
I'm going to go for Varane and Thiago Silva.
Okay. Kenny?
Maguire and Lindelof. I'm joking. Varane and Silva.
I swear I will drop kick you.
Slen? So Slen would have gone. So I'm guessing, right? Prime, whatever you say counts as double. If I don't think Slen's actually here. Yeah, your vote counts twice. So I have Silver is definitely in there. We can say that much. Oh God. That means that I've got to choose between Raphael Varane and Rudiger. Fucking hell, boys.
You know who to choose now.
I'm not gonna get peer pressured. Oh,
Come on, Niall, you know who to choose. No, just.
It's gonna cause a meltdown. But I am gonna go Varane.
Let's vote Varane. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, I when I put this team on Twitter, I am getting roasted by Chelsea fans.
Just add me, and I'll deal with them. Trust me.
Oh,
I want a bit of fun. I want a bit of fun.
Should be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
but
bring them on.
Moving on to central midfield because I'm getting roasted. Well, at least we didn't put De Gea in, else I would be. I wouldn't be able to show my face on Twitter ever again. But let's do the more holding of the central midfielders. Prime, who do you want to hold? Obviously,
Ballon d'Or winner.
You've got
Ballon d'Or
Fred,
winner
Jorginho. You've got Kante. You've got Kovacic.
Ballon d'Or winner Jorginho.
Okay, RJ.
It's holding. Kante.
Kante doesn't hold, so.
Well, he's holding in my team. Simple as that.
Okay, Lampard. Okay.
Hey, look, man. Yeah, look. If that means I'm employed by Chelsea for a year and a half, I'll take it. I'll take the money. I'll take the money.
Kenny.
You get him ironing your Scott McTominay.
Oh, dear Christ above, man.
Can we remove him from the stream?
Please.
I'm gonna allow that.
Can we do a vote, right? On like
I'm gonna allow Scott McTominay. I'm gonna allow that.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, Prime, you've got 2 votes for Jorginho. So if I vote,
what? I didn't say Jorginho. I said Kante.
No, but Prime's
Slen.
got two votes because Slen's not here at the moment. So if I say Kante, it levels it. If I say Jorginho,
Kante and Jorginho both have to be in this 11. You know that. Yeah?
No, I don't.
I could say Scott McTominay, and that would then go hold. That would tie it.
Okay, yeah, but you don't have to like put my name in it. To be fair, either now. So like, I don't want to be part of this McTominay.
We have to think about this logically, right? So Jorginho is Italian, so we all know that's not going to happen. I do that's like
cool.
Iron
No,
but Scott
put McTominay in
not...
there. I'll get Chelsea fans to dislike this video. Put McTominay in there. It's fine.
Okay. Don't type me. Don't ever type me if you put.
I like Scott McTominay, but I'm not going to vote Scott McTominay. I'm going to go for Matic, which means that Jorginho goes in by default. Prime. I was never going to vote for Jorginho, but he can go in there. I've no issue with that. I mean, he is Italian, so I have put pineapple on my pizza to break his soul, and I snapped my spaghetti. But now for the 2 more advanced midfielders. In this selection, you've got the likes of Donny van der Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and GoloKante. You've got all of these that you can pick from. Prime, which 2 are you picking?
If Kante's not in this team, Charlotte's going to come for you guys. So I'm putting Kante.
All right, bring it on. Bring it on. I don't care.
So Kante and...
Oh, I have to. Kante and...
Come on, there's one obvious answer.
Come on. Prime. If you don't go this, man.
Kovacic.
Oh my God.
Right, so
No, okay.
RJ and Kenny might want to make sure they're very much aligned on this.
Kenny, you like I said, just say what I say, all right, and we will get it wrong, okay?
Any slip ups from these two, and this could go really badly for a certain.
No, like I said, Kenny just needs to act normal, and we will be okay. All right.
I will act normal.
Okay. Well, let's
Kenny acting normal is quite a difficult option.
Shut up, Niall. Believe. Okay.
RJ, who are your two central midfielders?
Well, just to piss off Charl and fucking and Prime, well, definitely go for Bruno Fernandes if you didn't know he still fucking exists, and we'll go for Donny van de Beek because he just got out of jail. All right, like I said, give him a celebration.
Kenny.
Wait,
but why is Donny an option? What has he? What has Donny done in the last year and a half?
He's got out of jail. There you go. He got out of jail.
That's not my. That's we should not be praising criminals.
No, he was wrongfully trialed. Okay,
No, he wasn't. I saw the evidence. He wasn't wrongfully trialed. He's guilty.
Guilty of what exactly?
Kenny. Who are you?
Kenny, just do what I spoken to.
Midfield.
Kenny. If you say McTominay, I'll agree with you. Come on, Kenny.
Don't
do it. Mix sauce. Come on, Kenny. Mix sauce.
Do not, Kenny. If you have any sense in your bloody head, mate, you know
Kenny,
what.
Don't listen to RJ. Don't listen to RJ.
It depends about if I trust Prime or not.
No, I will. I'll say McTominay if you say it. Come on, Kenny.
Kenny,
what?
Are you serious?
Come on.
Are you serious? Kenny, are you serious?
No, if he does, we should disown him from this. We're disowning him from the United.
Kenny, go Kante and McTominay. Come on, Kenny.
No.
Okay, no. It's got
piss off Charl.
Not Kante.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my days.
Kante has got two. So Kante has got 2 votes. Kovacic has got 2 votes. Donny van de Beek has got 2 votes.
Come on, big up Donny.
Bruno Fernandes.
Come on, Niall. You have to break him out of jail. Come on, break him out of jail.
Vote 1 is going for Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, all right. That's fair. Come on, you have to break him out of jail. Break him out of jail now. Come on. The boy is.
Did anyone?
You know, he broke.
Did anyone see the thumbnail for the video?
Yes.
No,
I did.
Johnny, don't do that.
I did. I did indeed.
I'm picking Donny van de Beek.
Let's go!
No, you can't do that. Because listen, to be fair, I would have been okay. I would have been. I genuinely, I would have been okay with Kante and Bruno.
I have reasons. Donny van de Beek is a very good footballer. And he's pretty cute as well. It suits the agenda for me. So there we go. You pick Hazard on Bunda. I picked Donny because he's cute.
I don't pick Hazard on Bunda. I put Hazard because he was world class. What has Donny done in the last year and a half?
He broke out of prison. He broke out of prison.
Anyway, so we've got a midfield 3 of Jorginho, Bruno Fernandes, and Donny van de Beek.
There you go,
which
Donny.
is absolutely brilliant. I am so getting roasted on Twitter for this. But you know, let's do right wing. Now
wait, hold on. Chelsea fans that are watching. If there is any. I did not pick that midfield. I said Kante and I said Kovacic. I would have been okay with Bruno. I did not pick this midfield.
He did.
I'm gonna give abuse to anyone.
Trust.
You can give it to Niall. You can give it to RJ and Kenny.
So
give it to
Donny for jail. It's all about celebration.
For the right wing, obviously you got players like Mason Greenwood, Jadon Sancho. Now RJ, I've done you a favor. So Greenwood goes on one of these 2 spots. Excellent. So and Kenny, if you disagree, you're never coming on this channel ever again. So right wing, you've got the likes of Jadon Sancho, Mason Greenwood, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Prime. Who else have Chelsea played right wing? Oh, Hakam Ziyech.
Yeah, I don't even consider that one chance.
Mason Mount.
I swear Chelsea fans don't even rate him.
Should I just name a front three?
Well, just start with the right.
Like I don't know.
Just start with the right wing. And we'll work. Just
I
whatever.
don't know. Here, we'll do the front three. We'll do the front three.
Well, no, it's okay because whatever player you'd have picked in your front three, pick whichever one of them you'd have put on the right. I'm too good at this.
He's gonna say.
I don't know. Like again, we need to do all of this actually realistically, not just on, like,
hey,
not just on vibes or whatever. No, because right wing.
No, seriously, seriously.
Right wing, I'd put Greenwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
RJ.
Yeah, no, because you guys messed up the midfield. You're not doing it seriously. But yeah.
Hey. I have reasons for Donny van der Beek. Allow them.
I have Donny van der Beek too. I have reasons.
RJ had no reasons. But RJ, who are you going right wing? Who are you going right?
Goldwood.
Okay, and Kenny.
Starboy, best youngster in the world, Mason Greenwood.
Excellent. Now, onto the left side of the attack. You've got the likes of Hakan Ziyech. You've got Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial. Prime, who are you putting on the left side? Timo Werner. Timo Werner obviously can play on the left, can't he?
Christian Pulisic.
Oh, Pulisic, yeah, I forgot about him.
I like Pulisic as well. He's my favorite rival player. Like, fuck.
RJ?
I don't want. I love Pulisic, man. Genuinely, he's my favorite Chelsea player and probably favorite rival player. I hate doing this, man. I'll go for Rashford just because he's my favorite United player. Plus, he is, a doctor as well. So you gotta have a doctor there just in case if shit goes bad.
Okay. Kenny?
Put Rashford there because Van der Beek might need a free school meal.
Man's got a point to there.
Oh, that reason is that's killing me. So now I've got to choose between Marcus Rashford and Christian Pulisic. Oh, fuck my life. I echo what everyone has said. I like them both, sort of.
One's American, Niall. I mean, if you want the whole squad to be safe from guns, choose Rashford.
Kenny, Kenny, if you were talking to Dom, that argument works. You're talking to me, and I don't have an issue with Americans.
Okay, too.
I do have a sort of issue of American gun culture, but that's a completely different conversation that shall never be had on this channel. Oh boy, I'm gonna go Pulisic. I love Pulisic.
No, I'm not upset with that. To be fair, I like Pulisic as well. I did say that.
It is what it is. We have a striker anyway.
Kenny is very sad. So obviously there are three strikers. There aren't four strikers if you want to include a false nine, but there's four players that you can put up here. One is Kai Havertz. Number 2 is Edison Cavani. Number 3 is Romelu Lukaku, and number 4 is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Where's Anthony Martial?
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, Martial definitely, buddy. Like
Prime. Who would you like to put up front? And remember, I do have an agenda against a certain player.
Why would it be Martial?
I have no idea, Prime.
That's the question. Yeah, why would it be Martial?
Why would it be Martial?
I haven't put Martial.
I'm not choosing Martial.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking him. I'm asking him. Okay. Between the two, what? I don't know. The two strikers, Ronaldo. See, I don't really mind either way. To be fair, Ronaldo or Lukaku.
Don't upset.
I'll say Lukaku because I'm a Chelsea fan. Excellent. I'll say Lukaku because I'm a Chelsea fan, but I don't really mind.
Oh no! I'll say Lukaku. Here we go.
RJ.
Well, since Lukaku was the first touch of a fucking dump truck, we're going to go for the GOAT, Ronaldo. Simple.
Okay, and Kenny.
Well, Lukaku's won now anyway, RJ, because you got Niall, got a massive Ronaldo agenda.
No, you can't do this. You can't. I did fucking Greenwood. Come on.
Striker in the youth system. Scott McTominay plays striker in the youth system.
No, you're getting disowned. Oh my days.
Kelly has put in Ronaldo. So who?
Oh, he's not doing this on. Yeah, you're doing this on. You're gonna erase it all, and you're gonna put Lukaku. I already.
Like I said, you're gonna get roasted by Ronaldo fans and Chelsea fans.
Exactly.
And I am picking the man, Big Romelu Lukaku.
I think this can't do good shit right now. No, come on now.
So the combined 11.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. There's no Kante. There's no Kante or Mason Mount in this. Ooh. No, you might as well deactivate.
No, you wanted Jorginho. I'm sorry, you could have had Kante, but I'm sorry.
Think about this point. There's no Kante.
Ronaldo.
There's no Mount. There's no Lukaku. There's no Rudiger. I am going to get absolutely cooked on Twitter.
But it's no Ronaldo, Niall. So you're gonna get all of Ronaldo FC coming after you.
It's okay. Messi FC will be in the chat helping me with that.
Well, Messi FC shit.
Yeah, good luck. Messi FC, you're a bunch of midgets.
Sure, yeah, Kante's shit, mate. Come for me if you want.
Oh no.
So the combined 11 that was picked by us all is Edward.
No,
Mendy.
you know what? Put them on big screen. Sorry.
So the combined 11 picked. The combined 11 picked by us all, which will go on Twitter, is Edouard Mendy in goal, Reece James at right back, Rafael Varane and Thiago Silva in centre back, with Ben Chilwell, with Jorginho, Bruno Fernandes, and Donny van de Beek, with Mason Greenwood, Christian Pulisic, and Romelu Lukaku. Prime, we'll go to you first. Do you have any thoughts on that team?
No Kante. No Rudiger, no Christensen, no Aspie. No Kovacic. No Ruben either, Chelsea. Wow. No, yeah. Chelsea fans, I fought your corner. I fought for all these players. I tried.
You didn't fight for Christensen.
But, you know.
Don't lie. I'll ask you the question.
So, Mustafa says, "No, I officially hate you." RJ, what's your thoughts on this team?
Yeah. What is there to say about this team except for the fact that there's a bloody dump truck up top, like, which is, he's not wanted.
Don't say that. Don't say that about Greenwood. Don't say that about
Greenwood. Hey, don't disrespect the fucking best youngster in the league. I know you want to protect Lukaku, but seriously,
wait, Mason Mount, assist in the Champions League final. Are you talking about the assist in the Champions League final? Mason Mount, best youngster in the league. Okay, I'll take it.
Is this supposed to be a combined 11? It is, Matt. It is. It's fairly fair, I think, ish.
Who's the manager?
Who's
the manager? Who's the manager?
Prime. I didn't feel the need to do that because it's between Michael Carrick and Thomas Tuchel at the moment. I didn't think that needed a vote.
The thing is, Carrick's got a 100% win rate.
I didn't think the midfield would be much of a debate. But you guys put Donny van de Beek and Bruno in there instead of Kante and
Gobble. So manager, Prime. Who would you have gone for?
Bring him back. Frank till the end of the season. No, I'm joking. It's Tuchel.
RJ?
If we look at win rate, Carrick's got 100%. So I mean, you gotta go for the man. He's got a higher win rate.
Kenny?
Oh fuck! Okay.
One other manager in club football with a 100% win rate. It's got to be Carrick. Got the wheel.
Okay.
United are back.
And I'm gonna give it to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, I'm joking. I'm giving it to Thomas Tuchel. It could only go to one German, couldn't it? So some comments here. Now respond. Thanks. There you go. I'll be dead honest. Only Ronaldo makes it into the XI. Don't disrespect Greenwood. There'll be no Greenwood disrespect
Greenwood,
here.
Varane, all game.
I'll say Bruno and Greenwood definitely get in to the combined 11. Van der Beek over Kante. That I understand your upset on that one. Varane over Rudiger and Christensen. Man,
what's bad about that? Champions
that
League
was.
winning.
I'll take Bruno over Mason Mount all day. To be fair, on that one, that was partly Prime said put Varane over Rudiger and Christensen.
That was 3 times in a row. Champions League winner, World Cup winner.
Unbelievable.
I said I don't mind. It doesn't matter. But Rudiger and Christensen, I picked Rudiger actually. But
yeah. I don't know who picked Varane, but before we wrap up, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But before we do, we've got to do score predictions, guys. Prime, the game is at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. What's your score prediction?
1-1 draw.
RJ?
1-0.
You know, you guys are talking about Greenwood and Ronaldo and Donny and Bruno and all these guys, all these amazing guys. Carrick has a 100% win record. Then obviously you've got to be able to match the best team in the world right now. So a draw.
Can we not include Greenwood into the conversation about matching because he has coronavirus? Ollie purposely gave it to him so that he had to sit out the Watford game and didn't have to play for that pile of shite. And it also meant that he didn't have to play against Chelsea. Ollie finally did the right thing by Mason Greenwood. RJ, what about you?
I said 1-0. 1-0 United. Last minute winner from Ronaldo.
Kenny?
I feel really weirdly confident about this. I don't know why, but 2-0 United. I don't know why. Honestly.
Prime says Chelsea Twitter is going to cook Niall, RJ, and Kenny.
Come for me.
Well, come on.
Matt says 2-0 Chelsea. Kenny says 3-3. And Mustafa says, I'm going to destroy you, Niall.
I love how he's calling you Neil as well.
But yes, before you do go, as I say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Prime, where can they find you, mate?
Okay. Tomorrow, I'll be on the football terrace. I'll be in studio, watching the game and doing a review straight after. Check it out there. Also, maybe I think on the First XI on Instagram, I might do a bit of a mini preview for the game. Maybe I'll try and see if I can do that. If I can't, then it is what it is. Check out socials. That's all the First XI stuff. So just follow us there: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, Facebook, Twitch. Will and I did a stream today on the Nexus, just reviewing Phase 4 stuff from the MCU. This is my Twitter, and you can also follow me on Instagram as well. So anything that I'm doing, check me out there. And yeah, Carrick's at the wheel. 21 and 21's coming. Ragnarok. All of that. United are back.
Feels good.
Excellent. RJ?
Yeah, just by January. Usually you find me on the United show, which would have been last night, but sadly wasn't. But yeah, no, like I said, by January on YouTube, streaming most days. I think wasn't last week just because of sickness and all that crap, but now I'm back. And yeah, like I said, come on the boys tomorrow.
Perfect. And last but not least, Kenny?
You can find me at KennyBeauty10 on Twitter. You have to request the account. So if Chelsea fans want to fight me, then I'll just gain followers. So cheers, mate. Kenny TV on YouTube and Kenny United on Twitch.
Excellent. Yeah. But I'll be doing 2 watch songs tomorrow: Man City, West Ham, and then obviously the big one, is Chelsea versus United. Matt says Man's feeling confident because he put Greenwood over any Chelsea player. I put Greenwood in the right-sided attack over.
Are you suggesting?
I would put Mason Greenwood over any right-sided Chelsea player right now. Yeah, I would. 100%.
What Chelsea managers are there?
RJ is the best, and Niall and Kenny 3-0. Devon is what Devon says. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, let's hope for a good game tomorrow. But peace out.